A good night of Shabbos, Shabbos Shuva, Shabbos Shuva. I once heard, if you're climbing a ladder and you're going up, if you look down, you fall down. Never look down, always look up. Rabbi Chaim, Yom Kippur's around the corner. We're in the middle of the Aseres Yemei Shuva. And if we look down at ourselves and others, we're going to fall down. If we look up, we're going to go up higher and higher. Lord, make me high, right? Yesterday was the Rebbetzin Chana since the Rebbe's mother's Yahrtzeit. Isha Tzitkonius, a very pious, righteous woman. She was Zeichet to Arichas Yomim, 86, 87 years old. And much of her life was in difficult situations. From the 1880s, the pogroms started, the Russian-Japanese War in 1905, 1914, World War I, 1917, the Bolshevik Revolution, the 20s, Stalin comes into situation. Her husband is taken away in 1939 and passes on in 1944. She's in a DP camp after and survives together with the other Lubavitch Chassidim, comes to France in 47. The Rebbe picks her up, brings her to America. And as she said, her best years were here in America with her son, the Rebbe. When you look at a person's life and you're honest, you're not in fantasy mode, but you're really honest. You want to assess your life, someone else's life. You need to see the whole picture. If you only see part of the picture, it's not a real assessment. The data is not there. You need the full data. And it's difficult to get full data, especially going back to Europe. But with enough learning and enough listening and enough reading, and especially listening to what the Rebbe said about his mother during the years of the Fabrengens. And today we have, Baruch Hashem, her memoirs that she wrote herself, at least some of them. You get a glimpse into her life. And what comes out is that it was difficult. So here's a person that could feel very disappointed, very dejected. But she always looked at the greener side of things. And if that's not an adequate lesson for us, I don't know what is. It is a lesson, especially now, as we go into Shabbos Shuva and we go into Yom Kippur. Achas Bashana, the one day a year, the Kohen Gadol in the Beis HaMikdash, Olam Shana Nefesh, Oshan, the smoke coming from the Ketores in the Kodesh Kodeshim, which later formed the clouds, the schach of the Sukkah. And it's intense. These 10 days are very intense days. Whether you slice it this way or you slice it that way, it's days of awe. Right? Days of Yira. Sukkot, Simchas Torah, is the days of Simcha. And yes, the Alter Rebbe teaches in the Geras at Shuva that Shabbos is Oisius Toshiv and Shuva Ilah, and all the wonderful things. And it's emes. The question is whether we identify with it, and if we live it, and if we feel it. So Chabad Chassidus gives a beautiful recipe to inculcate and to internalize this more and more. And what is that? Through learning Chassidus, through davening with kavanah, through being focused, and through farbrengen. When Yidden sit together, whether it be at a Kiddush or a farbrengen, and it doesn't become a party of drinking and fressing, no, you can eat chont and kishke and kugel, but in a relaxed way. Relax. And more important than the food is the teichen, the content of the farbrengen. The nigunim at a farbrengen, to sing a niggin 10, 15 minutes, not to rush. Oh, we're bored. Let's go on to another one. When you do that, and especially when you do it Yom Kippur under your talis or in a corner, and you focus, then you go up. Then you don't go down. Then these 10 intense days of Aseres Yemei Shuva become the greatest aliyah, the greatest growth method. Growth doesn't come without pain. Everyone knows that. So the Eibusher should help that we should be zoicha to the Gula Shlema, to the true redemption, to the ultimate redemption, and in the schus of Rebbetzin Chana, the Rebbe's mother, who gave us our special, wonderful Rebbe, who continues to lead us today, not just Lubavitch Chassidim, but Klal Yisrael, as you could see from the thousands of people who are not Chabad, who come to the Oyel, who learn Chassidus in one way or the other, wherever they are, who are open to Chabad, who give tzedakah to Chabad. It's no longer just the Chabad party. Yeah, you'll have people who will argue that, but those are people who have an agenda. Someone who doesn't have an agenda knows that the Rebbe's work continues. Now we have to internalize. Everyone should have a gemach simatayv, a good gebenched yor, with honey and sweetness, and to fulfill all the pratim, all the details, kaparas, and honey cake, and lighting the candles on Erev Yom Kippur, and malchus, and mikveh, and saying Tillim, Chabad custom after Marah to say the whole Tillim, whatever. And then you go through Yom Kippur, but please take a few minutes of solemn quietness, which will bring solace and peace and harmony, and really and inside. And if there's an issue that bothers you, which there are, okay, deal with it. There are ways of dealing with it. Many times you have to avert it, push it aside. It's not the right time. Other times it is the right time. Well, the Eibusher Helfen should all have a gemach simatayv, a besimcha taka, Shabbos Shuva besimcha, and this will bring us to Chag HaSukkos, Yerushalayim Eir HaKodesh, B'meir V'meinu, Malkeinu B'Roshenu, L'chaim, L'chaim, Good Shabbos, Good Shabbos, Good Shabbos.